Welcome to Hope Ready. I'm your host, Dr. Ellen, and we are launching a series of videos to help us all be hope ready. In this time of COVID-19, we're all called to make good choices for our own well-being as well as the safety of our community. Join me in being hope ready by learning more from the experts on our very own campus. This morning, we're going to be talking about testing. And with us today, we have Tim Coburna. He is an assistant professor of kinesiology instruction and the head athletic trainer. We have Scott Travis, who is the executive director of alumni engagement. And we have Cindy Sabo, who is the director of our health center. To start us off with this edition, we're going to throw it over to Tim, and he's going to tell us how we even got to the test that we're using on campus. Over to you, Tim.
Thank you, Ellen. Good morning, Hope College community. I just wanted to take a few minutes just to explain to you the process of our baseline testing program. This testing program is designed to ensure that Hope College starts the academic year and in-person learning with a zero baseline case activity on the campus. We chose to utilize a saliva at-home test, which is extremely easy to use. We know that this type of test is extremely accurate and typically does not need to be repeated once the results have been finalized. It's a test that we felt was going to be able to be done in the luxury of your own home and residence. It avoids having to stand in long lines. It, again, from a execution standpoint, is very easy to use versus other types of tests which use either a nasal swab or a nasal pharyngeal swab, a throat swab, which could be quite uncomfortable and also take away from the accuracy of the test if it's not executed appropriately. Thus, we decided as an institution that the at-home saliva test gives us the flexibility for the students to go ahead, accurately test, send in their test kit for processing, and give the college ample time to find out their testing results and allow the student to continue to proceed making their plans coming onto campus this fall.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Tim. That's super helpful, and appreciated that we only had to spit instead of having something stuck up our nose. Additionally, employees are doing the test as well. I spit last week, and that also appreciated. So thank you so much for your research on that.
Thank you, Ellen.
Next, we're going to go to Scott Travis. And Scott, can you just talk a little bit about the at-home process and your part in all of this?
Sure. Thanks, Ellen. Some of you might be wondering that one of these things is not quite like the other, and why is someone that usually works with our alumni working on testing? And I think it's a testament to the Hope community of the different ways people have kind of departed temporarily some of their normal responsibilities and helped out. So my role has been to help with logistics and project management with this. I kind of came onto the scene later, but inherited a great team to work with that's been just doing an amazing job keeping our campus healthy, including Tim and Cindy. It's been a pleasure to work with both of them. So I stepped in and helped that team look at how do we launch this to 4,000 people in the span of a week. And so we did that over the last week. I think July 29th was our first message out. And we've been doing this in segments of students based on arrival date as well as employees. And then also working with other employees from Creative Dining Services, Western Theological Seminary, that share our campus community. So all of those are included in our testing program. We launched to about 4,000 people over the last 7 or 8 days. And one of our concerns was, will people look at their email? Will people take the test? Will people kind of follow the guidance that we've given? And what we're seeing in the information is a resounding yes. The Hope community has responded with patience and flexibility as we all kind of figure out new ways to do things. We've got 95% of our students have already ordered their test. And right now where we're at in the process is kind of watching those tests go through the supply chain, so to speak. So looking at where things are with UPS, with the lab. It can be a little daunting and a little nerve-wracking to see, like, I didn't get my result yet. I move in 3 or 4 days. And so we just ask for patience and flexibility There will be some that don't make it through. A package gets lost. We're dealing with those on a case-by-case basis. But the community has responded with getting their order made, and we're now seeing those go through and have started to receive results on campus already. So with that, I'll turn it over to Cindy Sabo in our health center, who will speak a little bit more about what happens once you get a result.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Yes, once your result is finished, you should get an email from the company as well, letting you know if the virus was detected or not detected. It doesn't say positive or negative. It says detected or not detected. The only person or the only department at Hope that will receive those test results are the health center. No one else will know your test results. When the health center gets those test results, what we will do is we will also send you an email with expectations on Hope's side. So if you're negative, what does that mean? You can come to campus. We still want you to follow the mitigation strategies, sort of that you're okay right now, but that doesn't mean you're never going to get the virus. If you were to have a positive test or the virus was detected, we will also send you an email and direct you to your local health department. The health department will give you, should be doing some contact tracing and talk to you about what isolation means and how to proceed with that. In order for someone who has a positive test to return to campus, we need a letter from your local health department or private care provider that says you have completed your isolation guidelines. So until you can have that letter to us, we can't have you back on campus. So we are expecting an official letter. When you go to check into housing, as I said, the health center is the only one that has your result. So all they're going to see is that you're cleared to move into housing, you're not cleared to move into housing, or you need a test. It's really, really important for us for you to do that pre-arrival test. If you should come to campus and you haven't completed it, we don't have a result, we have no choice but to either put you into a quarantine situation until we can get a test result or send you home. So that's very, very important to complete that beforehand. Once you have this pre-arrival test, I'd like to say testing is done, but it's not. The health center is going to be stressing all semester about testing. We want students with any of the symptoms, which you will see every day on your self-screening tool, even a minor symptom, we want you to be tested. If we can catch those early, it will decrease the spread on our campus. So it's just very important to be honest and to not just assume, well, I've got a little bit of a scratchy throat, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. We want to test you. Sorry, I know it doesn't sound fun, but we want to get you tested and know for sure that it is not COVID. If it is, make sure we can stop the spread quickly, and that's what will keep us all on campus for the whole semester, hopefully. Any questions, Ellen?
That was a lot of great information to take in. First question I actually have is to Scott Travis. Scott, if somebody didn't get their test or has a question about their test, who should they email at this point before arriving to campus?
Yep, we've had a team working on responding to those as quickly as we can. Each one's a little different as far as where it is in the delivery process. Some people have had issues with like the order process. We work through that with them. They can email Campus Health at Hope, just like any other questions through this process, and we can respond from there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Cindy, I just want to reiterate, if somebody does not have a negative result, they should stay home at this point, right? Until they are cleared with a letter from the health department. That's what you said, right?
Yes, correct. Very clear that you are in isolation until your health department says you have successfully completed isolation. We would like that letter, and then we welcome you back with open arms.
Yes. Our goal here is to have a in-person, on-campus experience for all students, and it's really on each one of us to make sure that we're monitoring our health and well-being and following all the safeguards set forth to keep us safe while we engage together in learning. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Tim, Scott, and Cindy, your expertise and time and dedication to this effort is really appreciated. I hope that we all take time to educate ourselves, make good choices, and continue to be hope ready. Thanks so much.